This is Vicki with Learning Home Volunteers, and welcome to our new learning session on music and movement. Children naturally adore music. They like those quiet songs to help them sleep, and the ones that are loud and fast to help them get up and dance. Children feel music not only physically but emotionally. And in this session, we're going to use music and movement to work on some learning skills, big motor skills, coordination, listening, counting, pre-writing. Yeah, all with music. This session is about getting up and moving, and it's always more fun to move if you have someone to do it with. We have some lovely books to explore sound, movement, and dancing. And the first book is actually written by Hervé Tourette. This book is by an author who wrote the book Press Here. But this one is all about letting your hands dance on the book. Fun, right? You get to see that later. Our second book is Giraffes Can't Dance. And I admit I might be one of those naysayers. When I think of giraffes, I don't really imagine them running around in tutus dancing ballet. And my guess is that giraffes' animal friends also had the same kind of thought, not really thinking them as a dancer. But they found out to their surprise how well giraffes can dance. Our next book reminds me of my parents and grandparents during family gatherings grabbing me and dancing with me. Um, I, of course, protested at the time, but secretly loved it. This book brings our imaginations to group gatherings and warm evenings, and of course, to dancing. This is activity number one, called drum painting. For this, you're going to need some paint, some sticks, and some music. This learning activity is about listening to the music and about using two-handed coordination. I suggest putting the paper in the baking sheet or maybe even in a casserole dish, and putting your apron on for this. Now, all the paint that we've sent obviously is washable, but put on some music, add a little paint to the paper, and see if your child can match the pace, the silences, the buildup of emotion and music into the thing, and then paint a picture that shares that song with the paint and see what they end up with. This is activity number two. We're going to make a drum. And when I certainly think of a drum, this is kind of what I thought about. But my little ones showed me what drums look like to them. And um, for them, drums look like this. Or maybe they were made out of pots and pans, or a paper strung around a carton, or actually cans, or a soup carton. And we realized that these soup cartons that we've provided will need some decorations, and you probably need some sticks. Pencils work well enough. But I bet you can decorate them better than what I did. But all you need to do is actually to make some noise. Our next activity is number three, ribbon ring. There's no more fun than running and twirling and being followed by a set of flowing ribbons. And we want you to have that dance experience. So we're going to make some dancing ribbon rings. In your box, you're going to find a ring and some ribbon. This learning activity is an activity that will begin with the learning of how to tie a bow, like tying a bow on shoes. You have the learner thread the ribbon through the ring itself, then set the ring on the table, and then have them make a circle with the ribbon, and then thread one end through the circle itself. And then pull, and you'll end up having a ribbon tied to the ribbon ring. And then you add one ribbon after another until you have as many ribbons that you want on your ring. Now you can dance and twirl and spin while holding your ribbons ring while you do it. This is activity number four, our last activity for this week. called elephant stomps. And one of the fun things that we like to do when I was dancing with the children is to dance like an animal that we would call out. And I think our neighborhood's favorite animals to dance like were chickens, penguins, and elephants. My favorite was actually elephants. Something about those great big stomps and those heavy steps, and maybe the slower pace because, well, elephants are fast. The only thing that would have made it better was bubble wrap. So we've included bubble wrap because then when you dance those big heavy steps, the bubbles will pop. How fun is that? So get your bubble wrap out, turn on your favorite music, and then you can do a little stomping. A waltz is nice because you can always count 3, 2, 1, stomp. 1, 2, stomp. Well, that's all for this week. I'll see you next week.